Hey everyone, in this quick tutorial we're going to record a drum fill into Garageband. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is open up Garageband. Here we go, we are all set. So let's start a new file here. Going up to File and pressing New. We don't need that. Okay, so here is our project page. We're going to create an empty project. Just like an artist would have an empty blank canvas before they start painting, that's what we're going to do musically, okay, in this environment. So empty project, choose. All right, in this page, we have three main groups. We have the software instrument, which is what we use for recording sampled instruments and uh, software instruments like drums or pianos or basses. In here, we have the audio windows. Now we can record with a microphone and record our voice, or we can record a guitar, anything that you would take out of an instrument, plugging in with a lead into the computer. And here we have some pre-recorded drum tracks that we use in Drummer. Now those pre-recorded tracks are great for getting ideas up really quickly, but we want all the power to edit and control all of our creative ideas here. So we're going to choose software instrument. Okay, so let's create that. And as you can see here, we now have an electric piano sound up as our default. Okay, so we don't want an electric piano, we want a drum kit. We are going to go over here to this library display and choose a drum kit. I like this SoCal kit. Okay, and we get a picture of the drum kit. And now, when we use our musical typing pad, we can press here and we have a heap of drums. Okay, so what we're going to do in this particular project is record individual sounds, individual instruments of the drum kit onto individual tracks. So we're going to have a bass drum, a snare drum, and some hi-hats. So the first thing to do is, well, I've said that we've got three instruments. Why don't we create three instruments by pressing Command D for duplicate, okay? It creates a copy of this track. So let's do it. Command D, Command D. That can be a bass drum, snare drum, and hi-hats. In the interest of good housekeeping, let's label those. Bass drum, snare drum, and hi-hats. Alright, so we have three individual tracks that are going to play together and give us our drum kit sound. Alright, see how I've been going to this musical typing pad? This lives in Garageband and we control it by whether it turns up or not with Command K. Make it go away, make it come there. And then we can use the computer's keyboard to input like we would on a piano, but just with the computer's keyboard. It's pretty cool. All right, we need to know when we're recording drums for a project like this that we're in the right zone. So with the Z and X keys, you can see here how the zone of the keyboard, like the physical location of the keyboard, is changing. And over down here, you can see which zone we're in with C1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to be in C1, so we'll press Z a few more times till we're in C1. And I can tell you for a fact that A is the bass drum, S is the snare drum, and T is the hi-hats. Okay, so now we're going to record some drums. Now, what we need in this kind of environment is something to keep us in time. And we do that with what's called a click track. And there's one that lives up in this area over here. And it looks like a metronome, like you might see on someone's piano. So we use click tracks and we use metronomes all the time as musicians to keep in time. And this is no exception. So let's click that. And that's going to give us a click track every time we play and record. I pressed spacebar to start, and to rewind back to the start, I'll press enter. All right, we're ready to start recording. What I'm going to do is put a crotchet on beats 1 and 3, okay, for the bass drum. So I'll click on the bass drum because that's where I want to record. I could go up to the transport to press the red record button, or I could just press R. So let's press R, okay, and we know that A is our key for the bass drum. Let's go. We're going to get a whole bar in. That's what that 1, 2, 3, 4 counting is. and we'll be ready to play. So pressing R and ready to press A for bass drums. Pressing spacebar to stop, pressing enter to rewind. Okay, easy as that. Now let's play a snare drum because bass drum's great. Yeah, it sounds good. And enter to rewind. But we want to have a snare drum as well. We want this to sound like a drum kit. So let's go down, click on snare drum, and we're going to put the snare drum on beats 2 and 4, which we call a backbeat. Okay, we're going to press record and go through exactly the same process as we did for the bass drum. So let's do our snare. The snare drum is S, and we're going to press R for record, get 1 bar in, and record on beats 2 and 4. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Pressing spacebar to stop, pressing return to go back. Now we're going to do our hi-hats, okay? So the hi-hats are on eighth notes or quavers. So they are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They're twice as fast as a beat. So let's get ready. T is our hi-hats, and we've tested that out. And we're going to press R to record. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Pressing spacebar to stop, pressing enter to go back, and we have a drum feel. Let's have a listen. Not bad. Pressing spacebar to stop, pressing enter to go back, and there you have it. You have 2 bars of drum feel. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to quantize, which is correcting those little time mistakes that we can make from time to time. Instead of starting all over again, you can just make a few edits. And that's why programming is so powerful, okay, to us when we're working in the GarageBand environment, okay? Awesome. Thanks very much. See you later.